Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I've been putting off talking about this one for a while now. Not because I didn't want to talk about it, but because I needed to get it right. And now it's time. But before we get into that, don't forget to check this exclusive discount for it. You can find the link in both the video description and the top comment below. Alright, enough talk. Let's get right into it.
Okay, so I got this electric bike, a pretty beefy model with dual motors. Right off the bat, assembly was a bit of a journey. The instructions weren't the clearest, though the bike was mostly pre-assembled, so it wasn't a total disaster. I did have to contact support a couple of times. Some parts were a little confusing, and the fenders and derailleur needed some finessing. They were bent, and while I managed to straighten them out, I was definitely worried about breaking something. The pedals felt flimsy too, so those are getting swapped out. And figuring out how to turn the thing on was a whole other adventure. It's not explained at all in the manual. You need both keys in the on position and then hold down a button for a few seconds to activate the display. It's a little quirky. Power-wise though, this thing's a beast. Loads of torque, really good acceleration, especially in dual motor mode. The build quality seems decent enough. I've been really enjoying the ride. I particularly like the manual mode. You can pedal as much or as little as you want while still using the electric assist as needed. It's really versatile. It feels more like riding a dirt bike than a traditional bicycle, which is kind of cool, but definitely wear a helmet. It's surprisingly heavy, making it a bit of a challenge to lift. The range is still untested, since I haven't needed to recharge it yet. However, there are some downsides. It's massive, I'm average height, and I'm practically on my tiptoes when I stop. And speaking of massive, it's way heavier than advertised. The default pedal assist is pretty aggressive, almost unusable. It kicks in way too hard when you start pedaling, but at least this is adjustable. There's also this weird walking mode that's activated by holding down a button. It's incredibly jarring and frankly dangerous. I switched to manual mode to avoid that. Another thing, it uses two completely different keys, one for the battery and one for the bike itself. That's just unnecessary. A single key would be much simpler. I ended up buying a connector to keep them together. So what have I upgraded? The brakes were pretty weak. I replaced them with hydraulic ones, and that made a huge difference. The pedals, as mentioned, are also gone, replaced with sturdier ones. The fenders are a little short, so I'm considering longer ones to avoid getting splashed. I added tire liners for puncture protection, and I plan to upgrade the front suspension at some point. The stock shocks aren't great on rough terrain. Overall, I'm reasonably happy with it considering its features. It's a powerful, fun ride, but definitely has some quirks that could use improvement. If you're considering something like this, be aware of the size and weight and maybe be prepared for a few upgrades yourself. That's it for this one. If you found this helpful, tap that like button and subscribe for more. Got thoughts? Questions? Let's talk in the comments. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.